Hey everybody, it's me from It's New Dawn. I hope everybody is doing well. It's a Saturday here in Jersey, very rainy. Snow is all melting, so there's a lot of water outside, but it's good. I think winter is clearing out, although I love winter. I know, a little odd. But anyway, today I am sitting with Kari Carter-Cherelus. Say
Cherelus. Cherelus.
Cherelus, like cherub, Cherelus. And we didn't meet personally, like pretty much all of my guests since COVID. Met Kari from Clubhouse. So if you guys have not checked out Clubhouse, I advise you to do so because it's pretty cool. And Kari is an RDH DA and is a consultant, coach, speaker, and author with 20 years of dental experience. Kari knows firsthand how working in a hostile work environment can contribute to the feeling of burnout, negatively affecting one's overall health and confidence. She authored the book, The Ultimate Guide for Dental Hygiene Burnout, to serve as a guide to help dental hygienists in all stages of their career so as to have a successful career. She uses her platform as CEO and founder of KMC Strategic Solutions to help improve the work culture in teams and organizations, as well as to coach individuals. She is a co-founder of the upcoming podcast, Truth Scalers. Oh, I love that name.
Thank you.
She endeavors to help all who are suffering from burnout and hostile work environments to reclaim their power. She firmly believes that it is only when we have made positive changes from within ourselves that we can influence change within others. And I really resonated with Kari. For those who don't know, I was actually a dental assistant back in the day when I was, oh my God, I think 19 to 21. I'm 56, but I had a hostile environment. I had a dentist who came onto me all the time, and it was very uncomfortable. His girlfriend was the receptionist, and he was in the back room, and I was young, and I went to my Italian father. Funny story. Went to my Italian father. I said, Dad, he's making me uncomfortable. And my Italian father called him and said, my daughter's not working for you anymore. And that's how I handle that. But also as a registered nurse, burnout is real. It is, as far as affecting your health and wellness, it's everything. So that's why I'm really interested in hearing what you have to say, Kari. So take it away. I'm going to turn the camera over to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Unfortunately, so many people do go through that in all different professions. As you stated in my bio, I'm a dental hygienist by trade. I was a dental assistant, and I went through highs and lows throughout my career as far as that. My personality is one that at times throughout my life, unfortunately, I was bullied because I just always try to be a nice person and everything. And sometimes that meekness can be like a trap or attract people with a different personality who are bullies. So I didn't experience throughout my career basically sexual harassment, that unwelcome behavior. I experienced more bullying and gossiping and things like that, things that kind of were set to diminish me or to affect my self-confidence. So what I did basically about 2 years ago is I really started developing my platform to help others because I knew how bad it affected me. One of the last offices I worked at was a organization that I liked because of all the different businesses. It was well known. However, that particular office that I worked at, unfortunately, when the management changed, there were some changes that were against me in a way, or some personalities decided to basically start gossiping about me, slandering my name, and it became very hurtful for me. I'm not one who cries often. I'm like stone sometimes. And in one particular situation, I almost broke down in front of a patient, which is very unlike me. And then I had to excuse myself and go in my car and have a cry. So
what kind of, can I ask you what kind of things you were bullied for? I mean, if it's not something you want to talk about, we don't have to talk about it. Just
it was
curious.
basically, it was sometimes, different people or assistants. I was a very productive hygienist. So basically, dentistry is a business. We're there to help patients, but it's just like a hospital. They also have to keep the lights on. So I know how to inform the patients on what treatment they need and help them with their insurance benefits so they're able to get the treatment they need for overall health. So it was a win-win because it helped the office and it also helped the patient. But sometimes some assistants would just act like I was there, just cared about money, which is the last thing. I mean, yes, money is important, but I cared about helping my patient. Or one
Mm.
particular time during a morning huddle, there was a miscommunication that was happening that was affecting me. And I was trying to clear it up. And I'm very passive and pretty quiet spoken for the most part. And it got back.
I could tell that about you from the minute you came on. It's your confidence, your smile, your everything about you, which is
Thanks.
great. So
It got back to the doctor. Some individuals in that huddle had said that I had been yelling during the morning huddle, and it wasn't true. So it was just a lot of different truths that started happening, things that were slandering my name that concerned me because even when I left, I'm well known in the dental community, and I was concerned about my reputation because unfortunately, a lot of times, even though in America we say guilty until proven innocent, we know as soon as someone says something against you, you're constantly having to defend yourself. People are trying
true.
to, they believe it until it comes out later on. But during that time, so much damage may have been done to you that you're having to rebuild yourself. So that
Mhm.
basically is what I experienced. When I left that place, I actually experienced what I would say is post traumatic stress disorder because I didn't really have that closure. Even though I gave proper notice, I ended up leaving earlier than I wanted to because I just couldn't take it anymore. It was too much of a hostile environment to even professionally stay for that 2 weeks time. So I had a lot of basically um, unresolved issues. And that's when I really started to go into what is burnout, learn about gaslighting, learn about, when they try to make you lose your voice and everything like that. And the more I learned, the more I recognized that I wasn't necessarily the problem, especially when I got on Facebook more. Instead of just posting pictures of me and my vacation, I started learning about different forums. So when I went on different dental forums, I saw the same story happening time and time and time again, and other hygienists talking about other things that contribute to burnout, such as maybe their bodies hurting because of always being bent over with a patient, or seeing too many patients a day, or not having the correct instruments or chairs, or working long hours, just a long list of things that can contribute to burnout as well. And so I was during my healing process, I was able to connect with them and they helped me and I was able to help them. And that led
Mhm.
me into basically wanting to create my business to help others, to coach about it, to consult about it. Led me to writing my book, The Ultimate Guide for Dental Hygienist Burnout, and becoming a speaker. So I actually have some speaking engagements lined up to speak and help people. So that's mainly what
It
started
sounds
it.
like such a quick process, but this must have taken you years and years because you don't just write a book and start a company and like what happened within all those years? I mean, it must be very prevalent for you to like, are you still practicing?
Not too much. I'm not really practicing so much because I am pregnant. I'm 7 months pregnant, and
Congratulations.
thank you. I'm trying to be safe with COVID. So in December, I did give termination to a job that I actually do enjoy. However, they haven't found replacement for all my days. So in the last 2 weeks, I have temp there. Don't tell my mother and everything. But
Okay.
but I do sometimes still practice clinically as needed if it's an office or for to help out a friend. But I'm very busy right now with my business and all my different engagements and everything like that. So I don't plan to probably after the baby be practicing clinically as much. I don't know when I'll probably just be temping or something like that, or helping out when the time comes. I really want to enjoy working on my business and enjoy my baby.
Hmm. And what is it you want to achieve throughout this whole platform that you're doing? I mean, what's your ultimate goal?
Well, my ultimate goal isn't so much just to focus on dentistry, because, as I said, it's something that affects all different professions. So, my goal isn't to just help individuals. I feel I can make a bigger impact if I'm actually able to help the culture and companies. So, if I'm able to come in and coach the leaders in the company and then coach the employees and see what the concern is, like basically build the company from within, then we won't have these continuous problems that happen in organizations. You won't constantly have a news story about how the work culture was bad, or there was sexual harassment, or problems with diversity, or all this hostile work environments that can occur. So if I can really get in and help the company from within and bridge those gaps, then I think that will be helpful, because the employees, we're always talking, we're in some forum, or we're gossiping, we're venting to one another. And then there's that disconnect with the head organizations or the leaderships. And it may not just be, such as I worked for a corporation. So the corporation may have all these different policies and effect, but the smaller offices may not do what they're supposed to do. And even though they may have managers or regional managers, there's that disconnect between HR and all these other different things. So that's my goal, is really to help on a larger scale, especially.
All right. So do you actually go in and talk to everybody? Like, maybe not right now during
Well,
COVID, but what exactly do you do? Tell me
so
exactly what your company does. And do you only focus on the dental aspect, or do you go around, like I was saying with the RNs, there's a lot of burnout in
right.
that area. So
Well,
what do you do?
I do basically workshops. So it would be virtual workshops that I would be doing at this time, where the companies would hire me, consult with me. We would have discussions concerning what their goal is, what the problem is, and what they actually want me to do. So it would be basically separate and together workshops. So meeting with the leaders first, and then meeting with the employees, and then a combined meeting. And then there's also different surveys that are taken to see, anonymous surveys to see what's going on. And like I said, it's not just dentistry, because dentistry
Right, right.
is limited. So, there's burnout with the health professionals right now dealing with COVID and the pandemic and everything they're going through. And then all the different professions, it's in the media, it's everywhere. So basically
Mhm.
that's what I do. Also doing speaking engagements, doing things on Zoom. Most everything's virtual for the most part right now.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier, because then you don't have to be flying all over the country, and anyone can just log in and have their code and basically take the course. So that's basically what I'm doing for the most part.
And have you found yourself busy? I mean, when did you actually start doing this? When did you actually start doing all the virtual Zoom meetings? Did you start recently,
Well,
or?
yeah, recently is when I started basically implementing the speaking engagements, as well as developing the different programs to help the organizations. So I'm branching off from not just focusing on one-on-one consultations with people, but more so focusing on different organizations. So that would basically have been within the last 6 months or so, that is being implemented with different organizations to help them out.
And it helps the business owner, obviously, in the long run, to learn all this stuff.
It
So
Right, because one
how to
thing,
how to treat their employees, and you know.
one of the
So
problems is retention. So because my main field is dental hygiene, so the pandemic has really wreaked havoc on the field. You see the studies concerning so many women leaving the workforce, because as women, a lot of times, stereotypically, we are caregivers. We have children, or we have to care for elderly parents and everything, and the kids are out of school. So there's a lot of people who are leaving the workforce, or maybe someone who has pre-existing conditions who's concerned about catching COVID. They haven't got the vaccine yet or anything like that. So basically right now there's a shortage in many areas for dental hygienists as well as other professionals. So one of the things is that organizations need to be able to retain their employees. So if someone is unhappy, then even when they're working there, and we've done it, I've done it, you may be working, and then when you get a chance, you're looking on Indeed to see if there's something better
Right.
out there,
Yes. Yes,
because
for sure.
you're not happy. So
Mhm.
if the organization can have the employee be happy and know that they're supported, that there's leadership, that there's mentorship, that there's room to grow, that they can feel like they're in a safe place and talk, then they don't have a problem retaining employees. It costs a lot of money to keep hiring someone. You hire someone, you train someone, and then if they leave because they're unhappy, you're going through that same process with that revolving door over and over. Whereas some offices that I know, the employees have stayed there for 10, 15, 20, 30 years because of the way that they've been treated or the work culture there. So basically, that's what I'm working on with different companies to see that that's the importance that they need to have. Instead of constantly having ads or trying to recruit people, it doesn't matter what benefits you have. I've left money on the table because I was unhappy. So
I
I
have
went,
too. I
you know,
have
I,
too.
I
I
went
have
from
too.
making less so that I can save my sanity and losing out on different benefits or medical benefits or vision or, vacation time, whatever, just leaving so that I wouldn't have a breakdown. And so many employees do the same thing. So they need to do more than just attracting with all the bells and whistles. It has to be basically that they care about the employee and that they're going to support them.
I love that. I can't tell you, and my kids, I have 5 kids, and I've left so many jobs. Right now, this is it for me. COVID changed everything for the better for me anyway, but I would not stay at a job that I was not happy with. I was so picky, and my kids would say, "Mom, not every job is going to fit your bells," like, and I'm like, "No, I mean, if that energy is not there, I'm not gonna hurt my mental health at all or my physical." I eat, live, and breathe health and wellness. So
Yeah.
I agree. You're doing such a great thing. And I hope this spreads like wildflower because and how are you spreading your message besides podcasts and what else are you doing to spread the message?
Oh,
That's it.
right now I'm doing social media. I'm talking to different ones. Um, I'll be with the speaking engagements. I'll be talking to a group of dental hygienists at the American Dental Hygiene Association about the title is Unwelcome Behavior, Overcoming a Hostile Work Environment. In Miami in April, I'll be able to network with different organizations and sponsors who will get to hear my message. I'll also be doing a speech there talking about diversity and cultural competency. So the message is getting out there. It's a very important message because everyone is burnt out. Everyone's worked at a bad job. And like you said, the older you get, the less you're willing to take it. Once you really learn your strength and your power, you're not going to just settle or stay. You're not going to necessarily feel desperate like you just need to have that job because there's other options out there. So once you open your eyes, then you're not going to be stuck in a position where you allow that to happen. And the more that you educate yourself, the more that you know what to do in these different situations and how to get out of it.
Love that. And I put that in correlation with, these employers have to know that it's retention, just like you said. It's almost like health and wellness. Like, yeah, you can eat crappy food, but you're going to pay for it at the end.
Exactly.
You'd be paying for all your pharmaceutical stuff, or
Exactly.
take care of yourself now, and you may have to buy a few supplements,
Exactly.
or so I love the message you're spreading. That's why I wanted to you to be on here. Do you want to speak about anything else, or do you want to share some last words of wisdom? What would you like to do?
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay, I can share this. Basically, when you're dealing with burnout, you want to find the source of your burnout. What is causing it? Like I stated earlier, it could be many different things. It could be that your body's in pain, you're working too much. There was actually one job I worked at where I was already working 4 days a week, and 2 days were long days. Like I was there from like 8 to 7. And
In
then
this position?
yes, like craned over,
Yes.
you ask the patient,
Oh,
turn towards me, and they go, you know, so craned
oh.
over. And the doctor wanted me to start working Fridays. I did not want to work Fridays, but he basically made it, if I wanted to keep working there, I had to work Friday. So I started, it was basically overtime. I was cleaning people's teeth in my sleep, in my dreams. So when I woke up tired. So that was causing burnout on me because I wasn't getting the proper rest. Because
Just 1 second. We're frozen. We're frozen. Kari, for those who are on the podcast on my platform, it froze. Kari, come on back. I hope you come back. And those on YouTube, you're going to see a little bit of description here. Sorry. Kari, I'm still here. Are you there?
I'm
Kari?
here. I'm here.
Okay. We froze. We froze. You were working. The doctor wanted you to work on Fridays.
Yes.
And you didn't want to. I'm sorry. Go
That's
ahead.
okay.
This hasn't happened in a long, long time. So
Hey,
I apologize.
technical difficulties, it happens. He
Mm.
wanted me to work on Fridays. I didn't. And basically, I had to keep my job, or I felt like I had to. And I was cleaning teeth in my dreams, basically. So my mind was racing as I was sleeping. And when I woke up tired. So that was causing burnout. I didn't know about burnout at that time. And I felt better when I left that position. So basically, you need to find the source. What is causing you to feel that way? And then you need to identify and immediately make changes. See what changes you can make. Talk to people you can trust. So one of the problems that I had, I vented to family and friends and everything like that. But it wasn't until I found those dental forums and I connected with my peers and recognized it wasn't me. Something wasn't wrong with me. Other people were experiencing this, that I had that networking and connection, that a light bulb went off in my head and I started putting things together.
And I speak about this all the time. One of the pillars of Lenora is community and support.
Right.
So important in health and wellness and the whole total picture. Because if you're surrounding with people who are shitty, it's going to be shitty. Sorry. But you have that support system, right? People are going to support you and lift you up.
Yeah.
It's good.
Exactly.
Right?
You're going to recognize it's not just you. Examine your options. So what are your options? Can you make changes? Can you communicate what you're feeling? If it's your job, can you communicate what your needs are? Do you need some new tools? Do you need to work less days, less hours, see less patients? See what the options are, because sometimes your employer may not even know that you are feeling this way. Sometimes we feel like they should know, or like they're not mind readers, and sometimes they're going through their own stuff. So you want to be able to at least give them that chance to communicate before you just sometimes say deuces, I'm out,
Right. Don't make assumptions, everybody.
Yeah. Take back control. So see where it is that you lost control. Set boundaries. That's a big thing. I actually read that book about boundaries that really helped in my journey to healing, because that's something I recognize I didn't really have set boundaries. Practice self-compassion. Pay attention to your own needs. At times, people like me with my personality, we put ourselves on the back burner and we want to be so nice, or maybe we're a people pleaser. So we care about everyone else's needs. And we're not looking at the importance of putting our own oxygen mask on first before we help others. So
you gotta be selfish to be selfless.
Yes.
I've said that. I've said it at least 10 times in the past 5 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Remember what makes you happy. So you may have to start journaling or just thinking about when were you the happiest? What do you need to do? Sometimes people choose to transition out of the profession that they're in, because maybe that's not really what they want to do anymore. Maybe there's something else that they're passionate about and they're ready to grow. Or with me, even though one of the positions I had an office that was very supportive and helpful and not toxic, I didn't have room to grow. So that's when I really started to focus on starting my business and writing my book, because I needed something more. I felt that I wasn't growing. And then talk to a therapist. You may need to talk to a therapist. It may not just be you could read a book, or you can listen to some music, or you can, exercise it out or anything like that. You may have to actually talk to a licensed therapist to see what is going on. And there's nothing wrong with anyone doing that.
And Kari, I think therapists need therapists.
Of course.
We all need therapy. We all need a therapist.
There's a book on the bestseller list called I Think You Should Talk to Someone. And it's
I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's really good. So it's a fictional book, but the person who wrote it, I believe, is a therapist. And it's a therapist talking about her patient situations. You get drawn in because, you're not supposed to know about people's situations for the HIPAA. But she goes to a therapist. So you learn about her situation as well. But coaches need coaches, therapists need therapists, doctors need doctors. We all have to have someone to rely on or to get extra help. We can't just be alone. No man is an island.
No, I believe that. That's true. I love all your pointers. They're awesome. The floor is yours, Kari. If you want to share any other tips or information, or feel free. And if you have any last words of wisdom, you can share them too.
Let's see. I think I've talked so much sometimes. Sometimes I feel like it's going forever.
No, you shared a lot of valuable information for sure. And I'm hoping that this will help, expand and spread. It is so necessary.
I just want people to know that they're not alone, that there's help out there. I can help people. There's other people who they can turn to. There's hotlines. There's so many different things, especially with everyone going through a pandemic. There's so many different options out there, and it's best to talk to people. There's a lot of people who are going through various situations and they may lose hope. So just get connected to other individuals. Make sure that you're taking care of your mind, body, and soul, and that we're all here to help one another. So that's the main thing that I am concerned about. When I got into the health profession, it's because I wanted to help people. And now I'm just moving into helping people in another way, basically. So even though it's not so much clinically, it's still very important because it deals with the mind and the body, the soul, basically. And if we don't have that intact, then we can't move forward and we can really feel stuck. So I know how it feels to feel stuck, and I don't want other people to go through that and feel that way.
Amen, Kari. And honestly, I'm the same way. I'm not working clinically as an RN, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to help people in mind, body, and heart also. It's just as important, of course. I thank you for sharing. And where can people get in touch with you? And also, all her links will be in the show notes. So
so basically you can reach me right now with my email address, cherelussmiles@gmail.com. You said you'd have it in there because I know, it's fast to say it. I'm big on social media, so you can reach me on Instagram, kmc.smiles. Facebook, Kari Carter-Cherelus. I'm always on there. I kind of do long, almost blog posts. The link that you provide, that'll be how easier for them to get in touch with me, or if they want to do interviews or have me speak or anything like that. So I'm all over. I'm always checking my
and on Clubhouse.
Oh yes, in Clubhouse. Actually, in Clubhouse, I don't know when this will be available, but I'm frequently on there. I'll be talking this Sunday about burnout, but I'm on there either listening or I'm speaking. It's a great platform. So I've actually encouraged people to get involved with Clubhouse just to even listen, because there's different people who are therapists on there. Although they're not doing actual therapy for you, you will hear some good nuggets that can help you.
I have to agree with that. I'm big. I was big on TikTok. Have you gone on TikTok?
I haven't done anything on TikTok. I just go down the rabbit hole watching everyone's videos, and I lose track of time. I lose track of time very quickly.
A lot of people do that. I built it up. I've been on there a year. I have 11.5 thousand, but it's not a lot in TikTok land, but I'm kind of weaving my way out of there into Clubhouse, because TikTok to me, although I love TikTok because I've met so many awesome people on TikTok, but I'm meeting a lot of people on Clubhouse. And like I said, I've only been on there 2 weeks. I'm really excited of what I have in store for there. A lot of connection, collaboration, things like that.
Yeah.
So hang out for a second. So you guys, you know the spiel. Please go to my podcast, subscribe. It's New Dawn. I'm on every major platform. It'd be really great if you can subscribe, comment, share, like. It helps me a lot. You don't get unless I ask, so I'm asking you. My links for the podcast, my website, my Google number are below as usual. The Rawr Bar, I am a sponsor and an affiliate, and it's the only packaged good I eat. They're actually going to be on my show, the people who produce the Rawr Bar. I'm so excited because, like I said, I would never endorse anything I didn't believe in 100%. So all organic ingredients, they give 10% of their net proceeds to feed the hungry children worldwide. They are vegan, but they fit every diet. 18 to 22 grams of protein, just beautiful people who want to give back. So my link is below for that. For my affiliate link, you can use capital LENNY, the number 5 for 5% off at checkout. And as usual, I thank everybody for joining me, and have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you, Kari, for joining me.
You're welcome. Thank you.